Today is a requested video tutorial. I am going to show you how to batch brew Spanish latte using French press. I have shown you how to do it using mocha pot. This time it's going to be purely French press. I got a few comments saying that when they brew using either cold brew or French press, their Spanish latte tend to be bitter. Now let's find out what could be the cause of that. For those that have not yet subscribed to this channel, click that subscribe button for more of these video tutorials. You can start your coffee shop, your milk tea shop just by following us on this channel. So make sure you click subscribe. Also click the notification bell so that you get updated each time I post a new video. For today's recipes, I am going to use a French press, which is 1 liter. This is 32 ounces or 1000 milliliters when I brew using the French press, and also the same with cold brew. So you can use exactly the same procedure here. The difference is that we use hot water with this brew today, but if you're making cold brew, you just replace hot water with room temperature water and then you brew it overnight in the refrigerator. We are going to use 100% Arabica coffee beans here from northern Thailand in Chiang Mai, and I am going to use the proportion which is 1:10. That means 1 part coffee to 10 parts water. The other ingredients that I need for this will of course be condensed milk. Now this is called Spanish latte, and as I've said in an earlier video, even the Spanish don't know why it's called Spanish latte. My guess, and this is just my guess, is that it started with Café Bombon, where it is a combination of sweetened condensed milk with coffee. So this is just a variation of that, except that it is latte because it has a lot more milk than coffee. But in this case, because we're going to use French press, there will be more coffee than milk. The recipes for Spanish latte will change depending on the type of coffee that you use and also the type of brewing method. So sweetened condensed milk, and I would add fresh milk, and this is entirely optional for my French press brew. Only if your coffee turns out to be bitter, you can balance that by adding more milk. And the secret ingredient for a Spanish latte that I have just discovered recently to make it even better is the use of vanilla syrup. So let me go ahead and grind my coffee beans. So I'm using my automatic grinder here, MX 800, very easy to use. So if you haven't yet seen how to use this grinder, check out the video link above. I'm going to put all my ground coffee into the French press. And to this, I am going to add my hot water. Now this French press is 1 liter, so I'm going to fill it to the top with water. And then just to make sure that the coffee is infused properly, I am going to stir. Not too much, you don't want to agitate the mixture. Okay, now I'm sure that will start brewing nice and easy. And then I'm going to put the lid on, but do not press the plunger just yet. Because this is going to be ice, I am going to brew this for longer than the regular 4 minutes. I'm going to brew this for 10 minutes. Whilst we are waiting for our coffee to brew, let me talk a little bit more about what we are going to do next. We are going to first try our recipe for a 16-ounce cup. A 16-ounce cup is equivalent to a concentrated brew of a bottle 180 milliliters. So I'm going to bottle this batch, but first, the step 1 for this will be to give your recipe a try. That means it really depends on the coffee that you use and how strong your brew is. 20 seconds on the clock here, and I have already prepared my ingredients for my 16-ounce cup. 30 ml of condensed milk. I'm going to add my vanilla syrup, and also just in case it's bitter, I'm going to add just about half an ounce or 15 ml of my fresh milk. But first, let's find out how much is the yield of our French press brew. Okay, time is up, so now I am going to pour it into another pitcher here. The yield is just 600 milliliters, a lot of water absorbed by the coffee. So this should be more expensive than using your regular mocha pot or even your espresso machine. Okay, so now I am going to prepare my 16-ounce cup. And for this one, I need 120 ml or half a cup of my brewed coffee. So I'm going to put it into my measuring cup here. Okay, the coffee is quite hot. Now to pour the coffee in here, it is quite strong. I can tell that it's very, very dark. Here it is very important that there is a balance between the milk and the coffee. So I'm just going to add 1 ounce of my sweetened condensed milk. So it's like coffee with a little bit of milk. So Café Bombon, you will have the condensed milk at the bottom. And because I would like it to taste better and get that special upgraded Spanish latte, I'm going to add 15 ml or 2 pumps of my vanilla syrup. Okay, so that's 2 pumps there. The smell of vanilla is absolutely gorgeous. Okay, so now what we have here, the color is dark, definitely dark. And now I'm going to try if this one tastes good enough and should I add my fresh milk. The taste of the coffee is really, really strong. Personally, I don't think it's bitter at all. So some of you said that when you make this drink using your French press or cold brew, the taste of the coffee is bitter. This is perfectly fine as far as I'm concerned. Now, if I add milk into this, I think that the taste of the coffee will be diluted. So I am happy with this. I don't need to add any more milk. What about if we add the milk? The optional milk, as I have said. Okay, so if I put it here, okay, what you get is a slightly lighter color of your Spanish latte. I can still taste the coffee. It still tastes very, very strong, and the sweetness is just about right. Okay, now let's make the batch. For the remaining brew, I'm going to make this into a batch. This is about 500 milliliters. And I need 120 ml of my sweetened condensed milk. I'm going to pour this into here, 1/2 cup. And you can multiply the proportion if you have a larger batch of coffee. Stir. Wow, it looks absolutely dark. 60 ml of my vanilla syrup. And finally add 120 ml of fresh milk. Fresh milk will help balance the taste of the strength of the coffee, but skip this if your coffee is not strong enough. And then you can serve it over ice or you can bottle them. And I would suggest that you use 180 milliliters bottle. 1 bottle is equivalent to 16-ounce cup poured over ice. These bottles and the batch can be kept refrigerated for up to 3 days. So 1 liter of my French press coffee yielded only 3 and a bit bottles plus 1 16-ounce cup. Let's just say we made 5 bottles, and that means to say with 100 grams of coffee beans, it is about 22 grams of coffee beans per cup. That is about the same as what you would use if you're using an espresso machine or a mocha pot. It is slightly more, but it is a lot simpler, especially for those that do not have a mocha pot nor an espresso machine. You can still make a deliciously looking and tasting iced Spanish latte using the very simple method, a French press. The taste is absolutely perfect. I am loving it. I love the taste of the coffee in it. So as I have said earlier, these are all concentrated brew, and these drinks are not to be taken ready to drink. You need to pour it over ice. You can multiply the proportions. If you have a larger brew or batch, then multiply the proportion as mentioned in this video tutorial. You can also use a regular brewing method, like for cold brew, so you can use a large jug and you can just use the proportion 1:10 to brew your coffee. 10 minutes brewing on the French press for this is absolutely fine. It is not bitter and it makes the coffee a lot stronger. Delicious. If you make this at home every day, all you have to do is to grab 1 bottle and then pour it over ice, and you have a delicious Spanish latte. If you have a cafe all you have to do is to sell these bottled, or again, just grab it out of your shelf or your refrigerator. Spanish latte is a very popular drink, not only in Thailand or in other parts of the world, but especially as popularized by Percent Arabica. I heard that some Starbucks also now offer Spanish latte, especially in the Middle East. So you can just imagine how popular it is. If you haven't yet tried it, make sure you try it immediately after watching this video tutorial. I'll see you again for more of these video clips. Don't forget to check out my books, All Things Milk Tea and The Basic Barista. Details on how to order in the description box below. In the meantime, stay safe, take care. Thank you for watching. Ciao for now.